6 keys to healing any autoimmune disease. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Johnson. I've been in holistic healthcare since 1983. And so I received an email from a lady who saw my 6 keys to healing Hashimoto's, and she said, well, I have lupus and Sjogren's. Can you help those? Well, an autoimmune condition is an autoimmune condition. Hashimoto's, type 1 diabetes, Sjogren's, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, you name it, scleroderma. This is what needs to be done. And frankly, it's not being done. So many people are, in my opinion, spending a lot of money on functional medicine and they're not getting any results. I see it daily. So the first thing you need is specialized blood work. Just not your standard blood work or looking at functional medicine like a comprehensive metabolic panel, a CBC with differential lipid panel. Maybe they're running thyroid antibodies, but you need a NASH FiberSure Plus. You need to do a deep dive into the liver. That's the key. And that NASH is going to give you about 14 or 15 markers. Not just your fibrous and fat content, but your liver enzymes, including GGT. GGT is the toxic effect on your liver. Hepatoglobulins, inflammation of your liver, a bunch of different tests. And your standard, your cholesterol, because 85% of your cholesterol is made in your liver. And, T4 is converted to T3 in your liver, 85%. So you want the NASH. You want a CD4, CD8 ratio. Nobody's running this. As a matter of fact, I saw a guy who tried to steal my consulting out from under me. He told this lady, well, your CD4, CD8 ratio is a little bit on the low side. It was 1.1. It should be 2 to 3. I'm like, that guy is totally out to lunch. But no. You need to look at that CD4 to CD8 ratio because you're autoimmune, because your immune function, your immune system is attacking your body. So you have to know what's going on. CD4 CD8 ratio tells you that along again with 10 or 12 other different markers. You want to look at your vitamin A to vitamin D ratio. It should be 3 to 1. I just checked mine. My vitamin D to A ratio, my vitamin D was at about 40. I think it was 39. And my vitamin A was 128. 3 to 1. And my CD4 CD8 ratio is right in that norm. So that's how you can tell. And a lot of people are getting on me about the whole D3K2 thing. Well, that's going to skew that vitamin A to vitamin D ratio, give you too much vitamin D, too little vitamin A. You're not going to have that normal 3 to 1 ratio. It's going to mess up your immune function. Go to the CD4 CD8 ratio. Copper to zinc, my copper to zinc is 1 to 1. That's what it should be. So you need specialized testing, number 1. Number 2, you need a Dutch test. It amazes me how people are checking hormones in the serum, in the blood, but not checking them once it's metabolized through your system with a Dutch test. It's a urine test. You do it at home. It's 5 samples. It shows you your hormone pathways, which are very important. It shows you your adrenal function. It shows you your hormone levels. It shows you your melatonin levels. It shows you your adrenal and cortisol pathways, DHEA pathways. Dutch test is vital. That's number 2. Number 3, you have to remove underlying toxins and infections. You just have to remove underlying toxins and infections. It's that simple. How do we do that? We use specific homeopathic remedies that I make for the patient. I'll show you. This is mine. It looks like that. And so they'll take drops every day. And each week we get on a call and we give them a new protocol. I have to do neurological protocols, brain-based exercises. Why? Because many people are in a fight or flight response, especially with autoimmune conditions. They've had it for so long. They've had multiple autoimmune conditions. Like me, I had a Hashimoto's, flipped over to Graves. I have Derkham's disease. I have MS. You wouldn't know that I have MS looking at me, seeing me walk. There was a time I was in pretty bad shape. We use magnets to help clear those underlying toxins and infections. And then finally, we use a red light. Red light therapy increases mitochondrial support. You're only as healthy as your mitochondria. Guess what? Removing underlying toxins and infections also helps to increase your mitochondrial function. Removing underlying toxins and infections also helps get your hormone pathways back in line. Removing underlying toxins and infection heals your body. And that's what nobody out there in functional medicine land is doing. They're just not. They're loading people up 20, 30 different supplements, sometimes more. Some people are taking 100 different supplement pills a day. Whew. I don't know how you do it. I couldn't do it. Yeah, a supplement is just that. I mean, if there's one thing you should take every day is a digestive enzyme. You want to increase your HCl, and you'll see that in the blood work with protein, albumin, and globulin. Can you feel my frustration? Because, I mean, I have people $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 is what they've spent before they come and see me. Now they're knocking on my doorstep. Hey, I don't have any money. Well, my care isn't free. I can't. Sorry, you picked the wrong team. I've been harping on that forever. Just not the past few years that I've been on TikTok. And it's unfortunate. It really is. And then you use those markers. You find a marker. I usually use the inflammation markers. Inflammation markers are C-reactive protein, homocysteine, fibrinogen, and ferritin. So I'll use those markers to see where we're at and see how things are working. How do I know a patient has underlying toxins and infections? It's right in the CBC with differential. I've given this example hundreds of times on this channel. I'll do it again because it's the easiest way to do it. Normally, your eosinophil percentage should be 3.0 or less. That's normal. Your normal monocyte should be 6 to 7%. That's normal. If your eosinophils are 3.1 or higher and your monocytes are normal, 6 to 7%, that's possibly a parasite. I'd have to look at some other factors. But if your eosinophil percentage is 3.1 or higher, but your monocytes are higher, 8% or above, that's probably an allergy. So that's what I'm talking about, knowing how to read a CBC with differential. That a lot of people don't know, especially autoimmune experts here on social media. It's crazy. Just crazy. I mean, they run the test. They don't know how to run the test. Just like I told you with the one guy telling the lady, well, yeah, your CD4-CD ratio is 1.1. It's a little on the low side. No, that is extremely low. The problem is that guy doesn't know how to clear underlying toxins and infections. He thinks it's all neural. He's very left-brained. Let's just say that. A plus B equals C. And it doesn't always work that way, especially with chronic healthcare. You got to think outside the box. So, if you have questions, please do not DM me. I said on every video, and I'll get DMs, and I'll say, please email me. So go up to the top, hit the email button. Give me a few days to get back to you. If you don't hear from me in a few days, just circle back. It might be in my spam. I answer the emails personally. Because as I mentioned, I was really sick, and I've talked about it countless times on this page. YouTube, it's a channel. Excuse me. I was down in Florida over the weekend at a homeopathic conference. It was great. So again, questions, email me. Give me a few days to get back to you. And I look forward to helping you.